People are too sensitive. The Gen X and the millennials who have children, a lot of them babied their babies, and now their babies are like 23 and afraid of everything, afraid of words, so much so that they're turning the word violence into something meaning I feel uncomfortable.
You said 23, and I felt kind of attacked, not gonna lie, and then I realized it was nothing to do.
Forbid you were attacked.
And this is what I'm talking. I said, but I didn't say it was attacking me. I said I felt attacked only because I'm almost the age you're listing. And then I was like, oh wait, this has nothing to do with me.
It has nothing to do with you.
And that's how people should take these kind of things.
Yeah.
It can be offensive to you, but it doesn't have to be offensive to everyone.
If you're offended by something,
that's personal.
That's you.
That's personal. Like I said, I was offended because I'm like, hey, I'm only 24.
Yeah, but that's because you're insecure. It has nothing to do with me.
That's my.
Right?
That was the point of what I wasn't trying to. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's the whole point of what I said. That's why I was saying it.
No, I know.
You shouldn't be offended. Fuck you. And I wasn't even really offended.
Okay. In the next section of our video, we have Brett Cooper, the lovely Brett Cooper.
Hi, I'm Brett Cooper.
Good ranchers. She shows us a TikTok video of a man pretending to be a lesbian.
My name is Sunny LaPrade, and as of today, I have been on hormones for 15 months, and the only question I really have left is, how much longer before I can dress like this without being he, him? I'm a lesbian, not a man.
No, you sound quite like a man.
That's no lady!
You should talk to guys, not girls, because it's guys that are growing their hair out now and look very feminine, so take it up with them. Somebody said, I'm a lesbian and I want somebody to use he, him for me. What is this? You guys are confusing the crap out of this. That negates the whole definition of being a lesbian. Now I understand why LGB without the T is trending on Twitter.
Amen. That's all I have to say.
I have something to say.
Go for it.
So my whole thing with that is you have lesbians out there that apparently have penises. And then you have lesbians out there that have vaginas, right? But then you have these... This is why LGB without the T is trending. Because you have those lesbians with penises, and then you have those lesbians, quote-unquote, that identify as either trans males or non-binaries. You want to talk about being confused? If you can't even figure out what you got going on with yourself, please step out of the dating pool. I've heard this stuff before where it's like, well, if you can't love yourself, you can't love anyone else. And it's like, okay, I'll let that slide, because if you're at least aware of who you fucking are, you can go out and date. If you don't know who you are, or what you got going on, or your gender, or if you're going to want to transition halfway through the relationship or not, which is a situation I've been put into, don't bother. Because these are the same people that are going to be, oh my God, you're leaving me because of that? You're phobic. No, I never wanted to be with a man. Ever.
I know. There's only one type of lesbian, and that's the ones with the natural-born vaginas.
Well, that's why I said lesbian 80 times.
I know, because they changed the definition of the word lesbian
If I
again,
say-
and then we don't know what it is.
If I say that the lesbian's a man, then we're going to get demonetized. But if I say that lesbian has a penis...
Listen, you're a lesbian, and you have to take that girl dick. That's pretty fucked up.
I'd really rather just unalive myself. I hate it here.
In this one, we have Value Entertainment. Is that what it's called? Valuetainment? Value Entertainment?
Valuetainment.
Well, anyway, Tulsi Gabbard is on. And they are talking about, they're talking about big companies and why they're going woke. And there is a reason for it. And they're using a lot of trans people and non-binary people in order to make money, virtue signal, get their points up.
Regards to ESG, DEI, CEI, all this stuff, you look at CEI, the Corporate Equality Index, who's behind it, who's giving the scoring. Are you concerned about the direction they're going with ESG, DEI, CEI? Do you even make Hollywood? You just made an announcement that a third of everybody you hire has to be from an underrepresented community, and I have to hire a black, a Hispanic, a woman, a LGBT, a this, a that, and even Richard Dreyfuss and actors are coming out and saying this doesn't make any sense. Do you think this is eventually going to be exposed as a terrible idea, or do you think this is going to be used as a way to weaponize small business owners and S&P 500 companies?
These acronyms that are being thrown out by people as though it's for the best public good, many of them don't even know what it actually means, and we've seen with ESG some of the scoring and things that have been done that show that it's being manipulated for other interests than the public good they are claiming it to be. It is this mental illness that is taking over our society, where things that are not real are being sold as real, things that are not true are being sold as true, and it's this exercise of power, and those who are in power are putting us in a position where we are being told that we just have to comply and go along with whatever they say, that whatever they say goes, and we have to just fall in line.
Do you think it's a little strange that the more and more and more accepting we become, gradually the next thing they could pitch is the fact that a 44-year-old ends up being with somebody who is 13 years old. Well, guess what? That's just what it is. That's who they accept.
Right now, I'm keeping it together. Pretty good.
It's already happening, the normalization of pedophilia. The fact that there is such a term as a minor attracted person.
Oh, my God.
That's a crime against a child. And those criminals should be locked up and kept away from children. I have not heard a single Democrat in Congress, in the House, or the Senate speak out against this nonsense. And their response is always like, oh, it's a non-issue. Like, these things only affect a handful of people. They don't actually speak to or address what is happening and how we have people who are teachers who are out there and they're on social media saying, well, I'm a minor attracted person. I should.
That really grinds my gears.
You know how I feel about that, but I mean, am I surprised? Not really. Well, they like kids because they were oppressed, and so they understand children because children aren't oppressive, so that's why they're minor attract. What the fuck?
What drives me crazy is when the Democrats, and I used to be a Democrat, I voted Democrat, and no longer am. It drives me crazy when they say that this isn't happening, or it's a very small percentage that this is happening too. They would say that like about the Catholic Church and children getting by priests.
And look at how
It's like,
people do that
It's
now.
not happening. It's not happening. Just shuffle around some priests and everything's fine, even though it's still going on. This is the same kind of thing. It's a loop. There's a loophole that they're trying to like weave in here when they try to say that children can consent to like puberty blockers and stuff like that. Children can consent to transitioning. That's a layover to pedophilia land, you know, because if they're saying that now we have to believe that children can consent to that stuff, then children can consent to having sex with a 44-year-old man. And the child will even say, yeah, I'm in love with him, when really the child was just completely manipulated because the child doesn't know any better. The brain's not fully developed, cannot consent. And yet the fucking Democrats are like, yeah, this is fine. Trans children and puberty blockers and like, no, because now there's like minor attracted people and pedophiles that are just getting in there. You're allowing the loophole to get bigger and bigger like a wide gaping vagina, and everyone's just trying to zoom in. All the creeps are trying to zoom right in, and you're allowing them in with open arms and a big open doorway. That's what I see.
I hate this so much. I hate it so much. The fact that there are teachers saying they're minor attracted people, that's what's so irritating.
It's not irritating for you to hear people say that it's not going on at all.
That sounds like what someone would say if it was going on. Like, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
Thank you.
It's like,
oh my God.
I didn't just slap you.
I shouldn't believe my ears, eyes, and my skin, right? I should believe you, someone I don't even fucking know.
I didn't just punch you in the face.
Okay.
It's not happening. I would never punch you in the face.
Why do we have laws? Why do we have laws? We have laws against this for when it does happen. Even though it happens very little, we have laws in place for when very little things do happen, people are able to get caught and prosecuted. Like this shit. That's not out in the open, but it's festering right underneath the fucking surface.
It's not happening.
The pedophiles are already coming out to play, man.
There's no such thing as pedophiles.
No, they don't exist.
It's not happening.
Everyone who has ever gone through any sort of in their life and been as children, that's not happening. It's a very small percentage. It doesn't matter.
Does not exist.
It doesn't matter.
Your experience isn't real.
That's what it feels like.
I muffled myself so it wasn't that loud.
Thank you.
You know, just in case you guys are looking to buy some gifts for some friends, this is the latest swimwear from Adidas. If you want to open
You
it
go,
up.
girl.
If you want to zoom in a little bit, Rob. That kind of sounded bad. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm not trying to be funny, but that's a little weird. Okay, I don't
It's
care what.
very
It's a
weird.
little weird. Okay.
The little?
Because it's in the front party in the back. It's so gross.
Who is this for? Because it says women's clothing, but like I said earlier today, I understand having like a bigger section in the crotch area for women,
Your
you know, who
tampons.
want to wear, not tampons, who want to wear pads. But there's not a woman alive, an actual woman, who has a dick. So is there like extra fabric for the dick of a woman who doesn't exist? We're making swimsuits for people who aren't living. They're trying to make gay men. They're trying to like confuse little boys into thinking that this is attractive and this is what they should want. I don't know. I'm feeling a lot of different things with this, and none of it is good. I'm feeling really creeped out. I'd rather see a 7,000-pound woman wearing this then just like, God damn. We can't even look in the women's section without penises thrusted up in our faces.
If I'm wearing this swimsuit, do I have like nothing but gaping fabric in front of my crotch? Like, where does it go?
I have an even better question. My question is, how many male swimsuits have like tampon pockets?
Oh, you want to bring that up?
They don't fuck with any of the men's shit. They
I-
only fuck with the women's shit.
Listen.
And there are 2 reasons why. Number 1, men won't deal with this shit because they don't want to suck dick and they don't want to see it. Unless they're gay. Number 2, women are complacent and they want to be accepting so much that they will suppress themselves to accept someone else who doesn't respect them.
Not to diminish any of what you said, because it's completely right. I was on a site with like 25 things you didn't know about household items, and they brought up women's underwear. And they said that little fabric pocket is a tampon holder. It actually, they said it's intended for small items like tampons.
Or change? What? How many quarters can you fit in there?
Do you want to put quarters in there?
Oh, why is it there?
And so when we keep saying tampon pocket, we're talking about the little liner inside of the underwear that women wear. The men out there watching our channel, do you have a tampon pocket?
They're invading all women's clothing, their spaces, but what about in sports? But men don't have to deal with any of this shit.
Whoever designed women's underwear literally thought about it like a hot dog. Like, we're just gonna leave this between the two and call it a day.
I'm gonna go puke. Like and subscribe.
Tampon pack.